Have you ever felt like your life is stuck on pause? Like the world around you is moving, but you're standing still, watching, waiting, wondering why nothing seems to be happening. It's frustrating. It's confusing. But what if I told you this is not a dead end? What if this feeling of stillness, of emptiness, is actually the beginning of something much bigger? This is how transformation begins. Not with fireworks, not with grand announcements, but with silence. Life has a way of slowing down just before everything changes. It feels like a void, a strange in-between space where your old life no longer fits, but your new life hasn't quite arrived. And in this moment, it's easy to doubt yourself. It's easy to question everything. But this is the moment you must pay attention to the most. Because when nothing is happening on the outside, something powerful is happening on the inside. Think back to the most significant changes in your life. Did they come when everything was smooth, predictable, and comfortable? Or did they arrive after a period of stillness, uncertainty, and discomfort? Growth doesn't announce itself with flashing lights. It whispers. It starts with a feeling, a shift, a subtle nudge that something is about to be different. You don't see it coming, but you can feel it. And if you feel it now, if your life seems oddly quiet, like something is brewing just beneath the surface, congratulations! You are standing at the edge of a transformation. Most people misunderstand this phase. They think nothing is happening, so they panic. They try to force change, to rush the process. But that's not how real transformation works. This is the season of preparation. Your mind, your emotions, your very energy is being realigned. Old habits are breaking. Old perspectives are shifting. The things that used to excite you might not feel the same anymore. The people you once connected with might start to feel distant. And the things that used to bring you comfort might suddenly feel suffocating. This is not a crisis, it's an awakening. But here's the challenge. Most people won't recognize it. They'll resist. They'll fight against the stillness. They'll fill the silence with distractions, trying to escape the discomfort of change. They'll chase after old versions of themselves, hoping to find familiarity in a place they've already outgrown. But the ones who embrace the stillness, who sit with it, who allow themselves to feel the discomfort without running from it, those are the ones who break through. So ask yourself, are you in this phase right now? Do you feel like your life is on hold, like the things that once made sense no longer do? If the answer is yes, don't rush it. Don't try to force clarity, just listen. Because if you truly pay attention, you'll realize this is an emptiness. This is alignment. This is the moment before everything changes, and when that change comes, when the storm finally breaks and the new chapter begins, you'll look back at this time and understand why it had to happen. You'll see that life wasn't punishing you, it was preparing you. You weren't stuck up, you were being positioned. And when the pieces finally fall into place, you'll realize the wait was worth it. You start to feel it. Something is off. The things that once felt normal now feel heavy. The conversations that used to excite you start to drain you. The habits you once enjoyed begin to lose their grip. It's like the life you've been living no longer fits, but you can't quite explain why. This is the part where most people turn back, because discomfort is unfamiliar, it's unsettling. And when life starts feeling this way, the natural instinct is to retreat, to hold on to what's safe, to resist the unknown. But here's the truth. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your invitation. It's life's way of pushing you out of the old and into something new. Every major transformation comes with discomfort. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're growing beyond what you used to be. Think about it. When a snake outgrows its skin, the shedding process isn't smooth, it's uncomfortable, it's irritating, but it's necessary. And right now, if you feel like your life no longer fits, if everything around you seems misaligned, it's because you're shedding your old self. The problem is, most people don't see it this way. They mistake discomfort for failure. They think something is wrong, so they retreat. They stay in toxic relationships because leaving feels painful. They hold on to jobs that drain them because the thought of uncertainty is terrifying. They stay in places they've outgrown because stepping into the unknown feels risky. But what if the pain you feel isn't a warning to stop, but a signal to move forward? Discomfort is the test. It's the bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. And the ones who make it through are the ones who don't run from it. They lean in. They embrace it. They understand that growth demands sacrifice of comfort, of certainty, of the old version of themselves. So ask yourself, Are you resisting the discomfort or are you letting it shape you? Because here's what most people don't realize. Your greatest breakthroughs will come from the moments that test you the most. If you're feeling uneasy, restless, like life is pulling you in a direction you don't fully understand, don't fight it. Pay attention. You are being moved towards something greater. And when you finally step into that new version of yourself, when you realize why everything had to feel so uncomfortable, you look back and see it clearly. This wasn't a breakdown. It was a breakthrough in disguise. Then it happens. Things start falling apart. People you once trusted begin to drift away. Opportunities you were counting on suddenly disappear. The plans you made, the life you envisioned, it all starts to unravel, and you're left standing there wondering why. At first, it feels like punishment, like life is working against you. You question everything. Why now? Why this? Why is everything that once felt certain slipping through your fingers? But what if the losses you're experiencing are at random? What if they're necessary? Most people don't realize this, but before life gives you something new, it takes away what no longer serves you. It strips away the relationships that hold you back, the environments that drain you, the habits that keep you small. It doesn't do this to hurt you. It does it to free you. Because sometimes you don't let go of things until they let go of you. Think about it. How many times have you stayed in a situation longer than you should have? How often have you ignored the signs, convinced yourself that things would get better even when deep down you knew they wouldn't? Life knows when you're ready before you do. And when you don't make the move, life makes it for you. That's why the losses feel so personal. That's why the endings hurt. Because you weren't ready to let go. But understand this, what is meant for you will never leave. And what leaves was never meant to stay. Every person who walks away, every door that closes, every plan that collapses, it's all part of the process. Life is not taking from you, it's making space. But here's where most people get stuck. Instead of trusting the process, they cling to the past. They chase after people who've already let go. They fight to hold on to situations that no longer fit. They waste time trying to rebuild what was never meant to last. And in doing so, they block what's coming next. The pain you feel is real. The confusion is real. But so is the transformation happening beneath it all. If you're experiencing unexpected losses right now, don't resist them. Accept them, trust that what's leaving is making room for something greater. And one day, when you're standing in the life that was meant for you, when you've stepped into the person you were always destined to become, you look back and realize none of it was random. None of it was a mistake. Every loss was a redirection. Every ending was a new beginning in disguise. After the losses, after the ending, something shifts inside you. The world around you feels different. The conversations that once entertained you now seem empty. The places you used to enjoy feel foreign. The people you once surrounded yourself with no longer feel like home. And suddenly you find yourself pulling away, not out of sadness, not out of loneliness, but out of necessity. This is where most people get confused. They think isolation is a bad thing. They think withdrawing means something is wrong. But there's a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is when you crave connection but have none. Solitude is when you intentionally step back because you're evolving. And right now you are evolving. Growth demands space, space to think, space to reflect, space to become. And that's why without even realizing it, you start to seek silence. You find yourself losing interest in mindless distraction. Superficial conversations no longer excite you. Small talk drains you. The need for constant validation fades away. It's not that you dislike people. It's that you're outgrowing the version of yourself that needed them. This stage is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Because when you remove the noise, you're forced to face yourself. No more distractions. No more pretending. Just you, your thoughts, and the truth you've been avoiding. And that's where real transformation happens, in the silence. In the moments where you confront your fears, your doubts, your deepest desires. Most people run from this. They fill the void with entertainment, relationships, anything to escape the weight of their own thought. But the ones who embrace it, the ones who sit with themselves, who listen, who lean into the discomfort, those are the ones who emerge stronger. If you feel like pulling away right now, don't fight it. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for needing space. This is your time to reset. To break free from the opinions, the expectations, the energy that no longer aligns with who you are becoming. You are not losing yourself, you are finding yourself. And when you finally emerge from this phase, when you've shed the weight of everything that was holding you back, you'll realize something powerful. You were never alone. You were just clearing the path to make room for the person you were always meant to be. At first, the solitude feels like peace, a break from the noise, a chance to breathe. But then something unexpected happens, restlessness creeps in. It's not anxiety, it's not fear, it's something deeper. A feeling that won't let you sit still, a whisper inside you that says more. You start questioning everything. The life you've been living, the choices you've made, the path you're on. The things you once settled for no longer feel acceptable. The excuses you used to make for yourself no longer feel valid. You feel an urgency, a pull, a fire inside you that refuses to be ignored. This is the turning point. Because up until now, life has been stripping away what no longer serves you. But now it's pushing you toward what you were meant for. This restlessness is not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that you're waking up. Most people ignore this feeling. They try to suppress it, distract themselves, convince themselves that they should be satisfied with what they have. But that's the lie that keeps people stuck. Because if something inside you is telling you there's more, it's because there is more, and it's waiting for you. The problem is, stepping into that amore requires courage. It requires leaving behind comfort. It requires breaking the patterns that have kept you small. And that's why so many people never make it past this phase. They feel the restlessness, but instead of following it, they shrink. They settle. They convince themselves that the dream was too big, that the vision was unrealistic, that change is too risky. And so they stay exactly where they are, wondering why they feel so empty inside. But you're not here to settle. You are not here to live a life of quiet dissatisfaction. That fire inside you, it's there for a reason. It's not just a feeling. It's a message, a call to action, a warning that if you don't move forward now, you will regret it later. So what are you waiting for? The perfect moment? The right timing? There is no perfect moment. The right time is the moment you decide. The moment you stop waiting. The moment you say enough is enough. Because one day you'll look back at this exact moment. And the only question that will matter is this. Did you listen to that voice inside you? Or did you let fear silence it? The restlessness grows stronger. The things you used to do every day, the habits, the routines, the predictable cycles, they start to feel suffocating. You wake up and instead of going through the motions, you feel an undeniable urge to break free, to do something different, to escape the invisible cage you've been living in. This isn't boredom. It's not a phase. It's your soul rejecting stagnation. Because deep inside, you know that repeating the same patterns will only give you the same results, and you weren't made for a life that feels like a loop. You weren't meant to wake up every day just to survive. You were meant to evolve, to expand, to create a life that excites you. But here's the challenge. Most people fear breaking their routine, even when it drains them, even when they feel trapped. Because routines feel safe, predictable, comfortable, and the mind craves comfort. It tells you to stay where it's familiar, to stick to what you know. But deep down, your soul is screaming for something new. This is the moment where you have a choice. You can ignore that voice, keep doing what you've always done, and wake up years from now wondering why nothing changed. Or you can take control. You can break the cycle. You can start doing things differently. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. It doesn't have to be a massive change. It starts with the small decisions. Waking up earlier. Taking a different path, saying no to what drains you, saying yes to what excites you, pushing yourself past the limits you once accepted, challenging yourself in ways that make you uncomfortable, because discomfort is the birthplace of growth. And the moment you start shifting, the moment you refuse to stay stuck in the same patterns, everything changes. Your energy shifts, your mindset transforms, doors start opening, people start noticing, opportunities you never imagined start appearing. Because you are no longer aligned with the old version of yourself, you are stepping into something greater. If you feel the urge to break free right now, don't ignore it. That feeling is not a mistake. It's not a coincidence. It's your wake-up call. A signal that the life you've been living is too small for who you are becoming. Listen to it, trust it, and most importantly, act on it. because the future you want is on the other side of the routine you're willing to break. The moment you break free from routine, something incredible happens. Opportunities begin to show up. Not randomly, not by luck, but as a direct response to your shift in mindset and action. You start meeting people who inspire you. Conversations take on new depth. Ideas flow effortlessly. Doors that once seemed locked now swing open. It feels like the universe is aligning in your favor, like the right opportunities are suddenly within reach. But here's the truth. They were always there. The only difference is that now you're ready to see them. Most people live their entire lives blind to the opportunities around them. They stay trapped in cycles of doubt, hesitation, and fear. Because they never step forward, they never recognize what was waiting for them all along. But the second you change, the second you decide you're done settling, the world responds. But here's what you must understand. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Some will be distractions, designed to keep you busy instead of moving forward. Others will seem too big, too risky, too overwhelming, and you'll be tempted to let them pass. But remember this, the biggest opportunities will always come disguised as challenges. You will feel unprepared. You will feel out of your comfort zone. You will question whether you're ready. And that's exactly how you know you should take them. Because real opportunities don't come when you feel 100% ready. They come when you're being pushed to grow into the person who will be ready. Most people hesitate. They wait. They think they need more time, more skills, more validation. But the ones who change their lives, they don't wait. They say yes. They step into the unknown. They take the opportunity and figure it out as they go, because they understand that hesitation kills more dreams than failure ever will. And here's the best part. When you take that first step, when you say yes to something bigger than yourself, momentum takes over. One opportunity leads to another. One decision creates a ripple effect. And before you know it, you're no longer just imagining a different life, you're living it. So when the next opportunity comes your way, ask yourself this. Am I going to let fear make the decision for me? Or am I going to step forward, knowing that everything I've been waiting for is already waiting for me? As you step into new opportunities, something remarkable happens. Your circle begins to change. The people you once resonated with start to feel distant. Conversations that once entertained you now seem shallow. The energy of those around you no longer aligns with where you're headed. At first it feels strange. You wonder if you're the problem, if you're being distant, if you've changed too much. But here's the truth. You have changed. And that's a good thing, because growth forces separation. Not out of anger, not out of arrogance, but because you are no longer on the same frequency as those who refuse to grow. You'll notice that some people will try to pull you back. They'll remind you of who you used to be. They'll question your choices. They'll make you feel guilty for wanting more. Not because they're bad people, but because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. And instead of rising with you, they'll try to bring you back down. But you must keep moving forward. Because as you do, something extraordinary happens. You start attracting the right people. The ones who push you. The ones who challenge you. The ones who believe in you even when you doubt yourself. These are the people who see your vision, who fuel your fire, who remind you why you started in the first place. You'll know when you meet them. The energy is different. The conversations are deeper. Instead of draining you, they inspire you. Instead of holding you back, they propel you forward. They don't compete with you. They collaborate. They don't mock your ambition. They encourage it. This is how you know your life is about to change forever. When the wrong people start fading and the right ones start appearing, it's not by accident. It's a reflection of your growth. You don't attract what you are. You attract what you are. And as you elevate, so does everything around you. But here's the challenge. You must be willing to let go of what no longer serves you. You must stop trying to drag people along who are committed to staying where they are. You must trust that as you rise, the right ones will rise with you. So pay attention. Look around. Who fuels your fire? Who drains your energy? Who believes in your vision? Who makes you question it? The answers to these questions will tell you everything you need to know. Because the people around you are either shaping your future or keeping you tied to your past. Choose wisely. One day you wake up and realize the life you once felt comfortable in now feels too small. The places, the conversations, the habits, they don't excite you anymore. It's like wearing a pair of shoes you've outgrown. No matter how much you try to make them fit, they don't. This is the moment most people fear. The moment they feel disconnected from the life they once knew. It's unsettling, it's uncomfortable. But it's also a sign that you're stepping into something greater. You weren't meant to stay the same. You weren't meant to live inside the limits you once accepted. And now your mind refuses to shrink back to its old ways. The goals that once seemed too big now feel like your next step. The things you once tolerated now feel unbearable. The excuses you used to make now feel empty. This is where most people resist. They try to force themselves back into their old patterns, convincing themselves they should be satisfied. But you can't unsee the vision. You can't unknow what you're capable of, and you shouldn't try. Growth demands change, and change demands courage. You will have to walk away from comfort. You will have to leave behind things you once clung to. Not because they were bad, but because they no longer align with who you are becoming. This is where many people give up. They look back at the life they've outgrown and feel guilty. They hesitate. They try to hold on to pieces of the past while reaching for the future. But that's not how transformation works. You can't move forward while holding on to what's behind you. So ask yourself, are you willing to let go of what no longer fits? Are you willing to step into the unknown even if it scares you? Because the life that once felt comfortable is no longer enough for you. And that's not a sign to shrink. It's a sign to rise. There comes a moment when you stop looking back, when the weight of your old life no longer holds you, when the voices of doubt, the opinions of others, the fears that once paralyzed you, none of it matters anymore, because something stronger has taken over. You feel it deep inside, an unshakable pull toward your future. It's not just a dream anymore. It's not just an idea you entertain when life slows down. It's a force that refuses to let you stay the same. At first, it feels overwhelming. The path ahead is unknown. The road isn't clear. But for the first time, you don't need it to be. You don't need certainty. You don't need every step mapped out. You just know you can't stay where you are. This is the turning point. The moment that separates those who dream from those who do. The moment where you either listen to that voice inside you or spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. Most people ignore it. They let the weight of their past keep them stuck. They drown out their potential with distractions, routines, and endless excuses. They wait for the right time, never realizing that time is slipping away. But not you. Not anymore. You've seen the signs. You've felt the shift. And now you know your life is about to change forever. Not because of chance, but because you are finally ready to claim the future that has been waiting for you all along. So what will you do with this moment? Will you hesitate? Will you let fear convince you to stay the same? Or will you step forward with everything inside you, knowing that your next decision could be the one that changes everything? The choice is yours. It always has been.